Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenna. Welcome to the Covet List. Today we will be doing another product empties or product expire video because yes, I actually use up product really fast, but most of these products were actually from the end of 2022 and I wanted to share with you guys before I share the rest of my skincare routine. So let's get started. So the first product is actually another one of, if you actually watched my previous empties video, it's another one of the CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. This cleanser is what I use on my body and sometimes on my face as well if I am not feeling up to using the cleansers that I leave in the tub. So this is a great one. It's supposed to be formulated for the face, but I actually really enjoy it on my body. It's also 500 mils, so that's great. It may be a little bit more expensive than your usual body wash if you're just grabbing them from Walmart, but I really enjoy it because it's fragrance free, doesn't dry out my skin. And I like to use it, you know, on my butt crack and down there in the private areas because it's a fragrance-free formula and it's really, really hard to find fragrance-free body washes. So it's a really, really great multi-product. If I am not feeling up to using any of the cleansers that are in the bathroom. So the next is actually another cleansing product. This is the Bioderma in the SensiBio version, and I love this. I think I go through one or two a year, and I mainly use this to wipe off my eye and lip makeup. It's the best makeup remover for me. It doesn't remove waterproof makeup, so I have separate ones for that, but just for everyday eye makeup or any makeup in general, I love using this. It's really great. I'm sure you've heard a lot of great things about the Bioderma because it's great, fragrance free, great for sensitive skin, great for dry skin. I personally do wash it off. I know it's formulated so that you don't necessarily have to do that, but I do that. And the next is actually an expired product. This is the Copper Tone Clear Sunscreen with SPF 50. This is the sport version. So this expired, let's see when it expired. In October of 2022. But I really like this sunscreen because it's a very hydrating formula and it leaves a glowy finish. And it's a texture that I haven't seen in any sunscreen really. So just to sort of show you, it's like a clear formula. Let's see if I can show you, there we go. And it's very, very hydrating. If you can kind of see the sheen there, it kind of just feels like you're applying water to the skin. But it does, if you've smelled copper tone sunscreens, it does smell like copper tone sunscreen. So if you wanted to use it on your face and if you weren't sensitive to fragrances or alcohol, because it does have a good amount of alcohol content, I believe, or at least it smells like it does. Here's the ingredients if you were curious. You can pause the video if you can't see properly, but this is a good one for the body. Would I repurchase? I probably would after I use up my other sunscreens that I don't prefer to use on my face. So I have another cleanser. This is the Beauty of Joseon Green Plum Refreshing Cleanser. So this is a very, very gentle cleanser. It says it's a low pH with a bouncy gel texture, which is true. Contains 24.5% of plum fruit water and 2.94% of mung bean seed extract. So I like this. I actually did repurchase this. It's only 100 ml. So if you wanted a cleanser that would last a while, maybe don't get this, but this is great for when your skin is feeling drier. I would recommend this as a morning cleanser, not necessarily as a second cleanse, not even as the first cleanse. I would usually just use this as a morning cleanser if I'm only using sunscreen that day. The reason is because it does kind of leave a little bit of a film on your face, but it's a film that feels moisturizing. I think it was intended to do that. Not 100% sure. You can try it for yourself if you're curious, but I really like the texture, so I did repurchase this. But I think after my second tube, I probably won't repurchase this again just because it's not versatile enough for me, where I can just use it as my sole cleanser to remove all of my makeup. Not saying that it doesn't, but it just doesn't feel like it. And I don't like a stripping cleanser either, but this one leaves a little bit too much of like a film on my face. It's really interesting. I don't know if it's the pH or if it's reacting to the water in my tap, but I think you have to give it a try to sort of see what I'm talking about. But hey, if you don't experience that, that's great because it is a good cleanser. It's really good for sensitive skin. And the next one is, these are all kind of like in the cleanser category. This is one of my favorite essence toners, and if you guys already know, the only essence toner that I've really seen on the market or the K-beauty market so far is the Pyongkang essence toner, and that's what it looks like. So this is the 200 ml bottle, and I'm actually almost finished my other bottle. So I actually go through this really, really quickly. I'm not 100% why I love this, but one, for sure, like a lot of my products are fragrance free. It's super gentle and it's really hydrating. So of course it's an essence toner. Of course it's gonna be hydrating. It's a liquidy, like more viscous formula. But compared to the other essences or toners that I've used, this has stuck around. I think I've gone through, I wanna say like 4 bottles of this since I started using this. So it's really good, but I can't put a finger on why. I just know that my skin loves it, and if you're curious, definitely try it out for yourself. But it's definitely a staple in my skincare arsenal. The next is a ampule or a essence serum. This is the Tree Spot Saver Mugwort Ampule. They have recently changed the packaging, but the formula is the same. I have a lot of backups of this because it's really great at calming down really inflamed acne that I have on my face. It doesn't smooth out your skin or anything, but it's good for inflammatory skin conditions. So that is what I love to use it for, especially when I was having really red patches due to my inflammatory acne. For example, this, I think I covered it pretty well today. You can kind of still see it, but that's kind of how I like my face coverage to be, is more of like a light medium. So it helps to just calm down the overall skin tone, and I love it. I'm starting to realize that mugwort is actually one of my favorite actives, even though I don't really think it's an active, more so than it is soothing, but it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. I'm realizing that I have a lot of mugwort and cica products in my collection at the moment. But yes, so I actually finished this pretty fast and I love it. I would definitely repurchase this. And of course, it's fragrance free as well. Okay, and the next 4 are actually moisturizers. Sorry, I just had brunch, so I'm like kind of burping right now. Sorry about that. So this is the Dynasty Cream from Beauty of Joseon. It's a gel cream formula that's really hydrating, and I think the main active in here is niacinamide. I would not repurchase this, even though I have already repurchased this. So I'm currently trying to use up my second one, my backup of this, because when I originally swatched this without applying it on my face, when I applied it alone, it felt great. It's a very hydrating gel cream. But the reason why I wouldn't repurchase this is because it pills under makeup. And that's what I've noticed about all the Beauty Joseon products. When I use their serum with their moisturizer, with the cleanser and with the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, my makeup would always pill. So I was like, okay, maybe it's the sunscreen. Took the sunscreen out. I didn't wear any sunscreen or just use like something like this where it has sunscreen in it, but it's still pilled. So I was like, okay, I think it's the moisturizer, maybe it's the serum underneath. So I tried cutting those out, and every single product from Beauty of Joseon pills under makeup. And I'm not super rough with my makeup either, but even just like patting on a BB cushion or just like a cushion foundation, even just patting it will move the moisturizer to the point where it pills, and then it looks patchy and it looks really, really bad. So if you are an avid makeup wearer or you wear makeup on a regular basis, I would not recommend any of the Beauty of Joseon products just for that reason. Other than that, the products themselves are good, but I think because of that, it kind of makes me feel like the formulas aren't as elegant as they could be. And maybe it's just because of the gel cream texture. Usually when gel's dry, it leaves a film on your face. So, you know, give or take, get what you like. If you love it, great, but I haven't seen too much of a difference. In fact, it kind of irritated my skin. So I'm steering clear of the Beauty of Joseon line in general, although I am really curious about their sunstick that they just formulated with Ramon. That's how you say his name, right? He is a TikTok he's a cosmetic chemist, and he's also an esthetician. So the fact that he formulated that sunstick with them is really, really exciting, and I'm so interested to try it. But I would just pass on all of their other products if you were curious. Not a fan, you know? Like, if you would buy something, if you're gonna buy a gel cream, buy this. That was a really, really good transition. So this is the, oh, I forget, Round Lab. I always forget because all of their packaging is in Korean. But this is the Mugwort Gel Cream. I think that's what it's called. But it's part of their Mugwort line. They only have one moisturizer in their Mugwort line, but I love this. I have a backup of this. It's one of my favorite gel creams. It's so good. It does have a little bit of a scent, but it smells natural. Like, it smells as I would think that Mugwort smells like, with a little bit more of like a skincare-y, fresh scent. It doesn't smell artificial is what I'm trying to say. So it passes. Like, I enjoy it. This is such an amazing, amazing gel cream. It genuinely feels like a gel cream. Like, when you think of a gel cream, you think of something that's hydrating, but also leaves sort of like a moisturizing, more of like an emollient feeling, an emulsion kind of feeling. Or what's the word I'm looking for? Like a humectant, like a barrier on your face. And this is exactly what it does, along with, again, soothing really irritated or red skin. Again, I don't have rosacea, but whenever I have acne or any spots that are under the skin, it immediately turns red, dark red, because I have pretty fair skin. And yes, all of the Round Lab products that are in the Mugwort line are amazing. I love the foaming cleanser as well. That's actually one of my favorites. And yeah, honestly, anything from Round Lab is amazing. Even the sunscreen, the birch sap sunscreen is really, really good too. The one that's all the rage right now. So definitely recommend if you were to try anything from like a Korean K-beauty, K-skincare line. The two brands that I would highly recommend is Pyeongkangyeol and Round Lab, because the products are really like soothing. Even if they have a little bit of fragrance, I haven't had any issues with them. So highly recommend these two brands if you have never tried K-beauty before or K-skincare. And the next moisturizer I have, oh my god, this one is so good. If I made a moisturizer myself, I would have the same scent. This is the, what is it called? Chasing Rabbits, the journey to better glow. This is the green golden ruler, which has matcha and inca inchi oil and probiotics. Oh my god, it smells so good. I don't know how to describe it. Oh, but it smells so good. It's like a fresh, like yogurty, but not sour, like a fresh kind of sweet scent. But it's not like a perfume scent, if you know what I mean. It just smells really good. Like, I love applying this also because the texture of this cream is so good. They describe the texture of this cream as a yogurt texture, and I would completely agree. Like, that is the best description. It's like it's a very white cream, but when you scoop it, like like the dollop would be really shiny, and when you apply it, it's really hydrating and moisturizing, and it lasts on your skin. It gives a little bit of a glowy finish, and it's not irritating at all. It's great as a night moisturizer if you're feeling particularly dry in the morning. I love this as well. I got this originally from Karen O's Basil box, and I fell in love. And then I searched the price for this, and this is one of the most expensive moisturizers I have. It's almost like $60 Canadian, which is really expensive. But this brand is like a vegan brand. I'm not a fan of their packaging and their labels because I think it looks kind of ugly. But the cream itself is like A1. So highly recommend if you were looking for a cream with that description. I would say this is probably, I mean, between this and this, I would get both. Like, I would use this for the start to mid-year and this for mid to the end of the year. And you're set. Like, these two are so, so good. And yes, I have repurchased both. Now, moving on to the last moisturizer. This is actually a deluxe sample size. And you bet I bought the full size afterwards. This is the Laneige Cica Sleeping Mask. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before, but it's a very, very simple sleeping mask. It doesn't have any particular fragrance, but I love this because it locks in the moisture and I can still feel it on my skin in the morning. Usually when I put on moisturizers at night, by the morning it's kind of rubbed off on my pillow, so my skin feels really parched. But I still feel this on my skin in the morning, and not in a stuffy way. It's in a very like moisturizing, hydrating way. And once I rinse off my face feels really soft. So I really love this. If you're looking for a night mask, this one is really, really good. A few more products left. Let's just finish off the skincare products. This is the Roto Mentholatum. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but this is the Melty Lip Cream. This is in the fragrance-free version. I actually use this up all the way to the bottom, scooping out like the bullet. I don't know if you can tell. This is screwed all the way up. It's a really, really good lip balm. It's very slippy and very soft. So the formula, you can just keep applying and applying, and it feels like a lip mask, but it's a little bit slippy. It's really good though. I was actually surprised with how fast I used this up. And the last three products that I have here, you guys have probably seen these if you have been watching my Empties video or my pan video, but I have finally used up the products that I panned. And this is the Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin in the shade Modern. And then the Laura Mercier blush in Guava. So the blush I have not used fully. Hold on, let me just. So this is completely panned. How satisfying is that? Oh my goodness. This is the blush in Guava. As you can see, I'm just holding up that piece, but I can no longer get to the sides of the blush because it's just too thin for my brush to swirl around, and then also because it's falling apart. So I'm just going to trash this. I do have a backup already, so we're done with that. And the last product that I have here is one of my favorites. Honestly, it's not completely dry, but it's getting to the point where it's a little bit difficult to use because the product is not applying on my brows the way that it used to. Sorry. This is the M Cosmetics Micro Fluff. That's what it's called, right? Micro Fluff Sculpting Brow Cream. I have it in the shade Universal Taupe. I would definitely repurchase this if I didn't have to pay customs for Cosmetics, but love the brush, love the shade. Here, there we go. Love the brush, love the shade. It's definitely a brow product that I use on its own on lazy days where I don't want to do my eyebrows. So the way I would use this is by, if you can see on the tip here, the product on the tip, I would just dot it where I have any sparseness and then use the brush to spread the cream out onto my brows to give them a gentle fill. But again, even though it's not completely dried out, it's not applying like it used to. So yes, that is it for today's Empties. I have a lot of skincare that is almost reaching the end of its life as well, and I will definitely show you guys once it is at the end of its life. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.